Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Breakdown. I'm your host, Sandra Babu-Boateng. All right, guys, so how old is too old to give birth? Now, the answer to this question would have been obvious before, but recent advancements in fertility treatment mean even a 76-year-old woman can do what was once unthinkable: become pregnant and give birth to a healthy child. That's right. Today, I'm taking you into the heart of Ethiopia's Tigray region, where a woman has potentially set a new world record for the oldest woman to give birth. It's a modern-day Abraham and Sarah story that has rocked the region and has got everyone talking. We're going to break it all the way down today. But before we do, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and join the family so you don't miss another critical conversation like the one we're about to have. All right, so let's get into it. Who is this woman? Now, details about her identity are still emerging. She hasn't gone public in a big way yet, but here's what we do know. Her name is Emete Medine, and she is from Mekelle, the capital of the Tigray state in northern Ethiopia, a place that is often regarded as the cradle of Ethiopian civilization. Now, this region has seen its share of hardships recently, having been a war zone since November 2020, with parts of its territory still under occupation by the neighboring Amhara regional state and Eritrea, a foreign country. It is estimated that 1 million civilians have been killed and millions have been internally displaced as a result of the conflict. But now, this 76-year-old woman has brought a sense of wonder and joy to the region with the birth of this child, a bouncing baby boy. Here's a video of the christening with Emete holding the baby, surrounded by family and friends. Now, locally, people are calling it a miracle, and rightfully so, because biologically, this isn't something we see every day, or every century, or ever. Now, let's break down the science behind this, because no, unlike 90-year-old biblical Sarah, this wasn't a prophecy from God. She didn't just wake up one day pregnant. Science was involved. Emete has confirmed that she conceived through IVF, which, if you don't know, is a process where an egg is fertilized outside the body and implanted into the uterus. In many cases like this, donor eggs are used because naturally a woman's eggs are just not viable at that age. But that is yet to be confirmed by her. But while science may have made this possible, it's also extremely rare at this age and more risky for both mother and child. Modern medicine today is pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. IVF has been helping women in their 40s and 50s have babies for decades now. But 76? That's an entirely different level we haven't seen before. Now, the previous world record for oldest woman to give birth was set by Emete Medine, an Indian woman who gave birth at 73 years old in 2019. So if this birth is verified, this Tigrayan woman would officially break that record. But the big question is, just because science can do this, should it? See, in 2009, Maria Busada, who was a 66-year-old woman, died just 3 years after conceiving with donor eggs from an IVF, leaving behind her 2-year-old orphaned twins. This sparked an ethical debate on age restrictions for access to infertility treatment. It raised questions about health risks for a mother at that age, the future of the child, and how society will support mothers and children in such unique situations. But this also forces us to confront the cultural pressures around motherhood. In many societies, including in many parts of Africa, women are expected to bear children to be fully accepted. And in the case of Emete, this is her first child, and you can tell that it's been a dream of hers. So what happens when that dream is out of reach for decades and then suddenly science says, it's possible. We can make it happen even at 76. For some, like this woman, it's a beautiful breakthrough. I mean, just look at the joy and the happiness in that video. So where do we land? This story is part medical milestone, part miracle for sure, because even for IVF, success rate at that age is extremely low. And then it is part cultural reflection. It makes us question what's possible. What does parenthood, motherhood mean when age is no longer the limit? And what does this mean for the future? So I was curious to see what people are saying about this news. So let's check out some social media reactions here. One user says, it's possible Sarah, Abraham's wife, gave birth at the age of 90 to Isaac, the promised seed. That's right. But then this user responded and said, yeah, but back then they lived to be 150 easily, so 90 was middle-aged. She does have a point, doesn't she? Another user says, I can understand wanting to be a mom, but I think she's a little too old. Will she be able to raise the baby until he reaches adulthood? I truly hope she has family willing to raise this child in the event that she passes away. Good point. Another user responded to that saying, on top of being able to keep up with and be an active mom with all the stages, it's mentally and physically exhausting. It's tough for younger women. Can't imagine someone that old doing it. Then another user said, not in a million years would I want a baby at that age. I'm 51. My grandkids wear me out. At least I can send them home. But if that makes her happy, I'm happy for her. Right. So keep in mind, this is her first child. And you can tell she's been trying for a long time to have children. And it just didn't happen for her, right? Oh, let's see a male's perspective on this. William responded to her saying, my wife is 6 months pregnant right now. She's 28. Okay. And I'm 38 and I'm going to get vasectomy because I feel too old to have any more children. Wow. So he's 38 and he's already saying, I feel too old to have children. Interesting. Let's see one user here. In Africa, I've read about a lady that was 100 and pregnant. Really? I haven't heard that one. Can you send me the link to that story? It doesn't surprise me where the creation of life started. God bless, beautiful thing, real talk. Nice. And exactly what I was thinking. Kylie says, who's 100-year granny is busting it down. Okay, let's read a couple more. Okay, so Gloria is taking us to the scriptures. She said, Isaiah 46, verse 4, I will be your God throughout your lifetime until your hair is white with age. I made you and I will care for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gloria. The teacher said, these comments are outrageous. They threw a party when the baby was born. And did anyone complain when Robert De Niro had a baby at 81 or was it 82? Right, that's correct. Either age, he was older than she is having a baby. The support system is there, and Ethiopian culture is nothing like American culture. I agree with that. I definitely think that she has a lot of support, from her friends, family, and I don't see an issue in terms of having that support that she needs to raise this child. And then user responded saying he shouldn't be having children either. Okay, talking about Robert De Niro, it's selfish and irresponsible. Is it? Okay, let's move on. Ever Dazed says, and how long will that kid realistically have a mom who's going to care for this child after she passes? Completely irresponsible of the doctors. Okay. And someone says, maybe she will live to 100. Maybe. This is not good. She's 76. And when the child becomes the small age of 4, she will be 80. This is not fair to the child who won't be able to enjoy life with his mom. My heart breaks just thinking of this. Okay, and then one more comment. That's cute until your child doesn't have a mother that can actually keep up and raise them with energy. You never see them graduate, and they're probably going to end up having to take care of you before 10. Okay, so you see the reactions. Some are for it, some are supportive. Others feel like she is too old. So now back to my question. What do you think? Now I turn it over to you. Should there be an age limit to having children through IVF? Or should women, no matter their age, have the right to experience motherhood if science can make it happen? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have this conversation, and respectfully, of course. And if you found this breakdown enlightening, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear about it. That's it for today's breakdown. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, take care.